From August 13, 2025 to March 14, 2026, we will experience the transit of the white moon through the sign of Leo. This is an important time when each of us will receive our boomerang for all the deeds we have committed over the past 7 years. It is also a time that will present each of us with a question of choice. And here, it is important to make your choice using the voice of your heart. That is, the time of this transit, on one hand, brings us the consequences of the choice we made 7 years ago, and on the other hand, it gives another chance, a new chance to awaken our heart. Let's discuss in detail the influence of this transit of the white moon through the sign of Leo on all of us, on our entire world. And let's also talk separately about each of the zodiac signs. The white moon is a fictitious point. It is the point of life, light, goodness, dignity, and purity. It is a symbol or projection of our guardian angel in the horoscope. And every 7 months, the white moon changes signs. And accordingly, every 7 months it visits a new sector of the horoscope for us, which it illuminates and brings its blessing. And every 7 years, it returns to the same point of the zodiacal circle. That is, it makes a complete revolution through the entire zodiacal circle in 7 years. And in each zodiac sign, the manifestation of the white moon has its own peculiarities. Its gifts will be different. And now, in the period from August 13, 2025, to March 14, 2026, the white moon will be in the space of the sign Leo. The ruler of this sign is the sun, and its symbol is the heart. And here, the white moon will, figuratively speaking, ask, what is in your heart? Do you live by the call of your heart or by the command of your mind? It is even said differently. The call of the heart, to call, to invite, to give an opportunity, or the command of the mind, that is, to command or to control. The white moon in this sector will literally ask us, what have you created over the past 7 years? How much light and goodness have you given to the world through your heart? The white moon in Leo symbolizes a person's bright programs, such as love. Love for a partner, for one's work, for one's hobbies, passions, or for the world as a whole. Also, of course, love for children. Pride in one's children also symbolizes the desire for creation, for creating something in the material world, creating what we do based on our desire, need, inspiration, and creating what we consider and feel to be our brainchild and our pride. This can be anything like work, one's own business, one's own home, garden, one's own family, or, for example, a creative project. The time of this transit can be a difficult period for those who live against their heart. For example, living with an unloved person, or living in a house, in an apartment that a person does not love, or working at a job they do not love and not having any outlet in their life, at least in the form of a hobby or creativity. Creativity is not only art, it can also be caring for plants, house flowers, or pets. And if there is something in your life that you do and do not love doing, you do it, figuratively speaking, with a heavy heart, then during this transit, a crisis may mature again, a moment of choice, when we will make a decision whether we should continue to endure this or whether it is worth trying to live differently. One way or another, we all make such a choice or choices from time to time. And every 7 years, we face the consequences of the choice we made. And in this case, during the period of this transit of the white moon, we face the consequences of a choice or our decision that we made around September 18 or 19, 2018, during the opposition of the white and black moons. The same transit of the white moon, as we are expecting now, last occurred in the period from August 16, 2018 to March 16, 2019. Before that, in the period from August 16, 2011 to March 16, 2012, and before that from August 15, 2004 to March 17, 2005. Try to remember what choices you made in previous periods and what your heart was signaling to you. Also, the white moon has a very strong influence on a person's destiny at ages that are multiples of 7 years. That is, at 7 years, 14, 21, 28, 35, 42, 49, 56, 63, 70, and 77 years. This is the age when the white moon can give a very rapid rise, an upswing in affairs, the resolution of very important issues, an improvement in the quality of a person's life, or it can create a very strong shake-up, turbulence in a person's destiny if they have chosen the wrong path. It is at this age that we feel strong intervention from higher powers. And what happens in our lives during this period, at this age, is not always in tune with ordinary human logic. It is a kind of higher assessment of our actions, which, again, does not always coincide with how we ourselves evaluate ourselves, our choices, and our life path. How will the white moon help while it is in the sign of Leo? That is, in the next 7 months. First, it will contribute to the revival of the joy of being. After all, despondency is one of the sins. The second aspect that the white moon will influence is issues related to children. Here, there may be a long-awaited birth of a child as a conductor of light. This can also be a moment of awakening love in one's heart thanks to one's child, their smile, their love. This is also a time of the revival of our creativity. Creativity even at the level of a hobby, a passion. Here it is very important to have an outlet, such a creative outlet apart from the earthly and mundane. The next sphere that the white moon in Leo will influence and positively influence is issues related to love. And if you have long been waiting to meet a person who can awaken, revive love in your heart, then this time gives you a blessing for such a meeting. In tarot, on the Sun card, a child is depicted who smiles and joyfully greets this world. Therefore, the task for each of us during this time is to awaken our inner child. Each of us has one. We need to find time to pamper ourselves. We don't always need to be serious and rational. Not all our actions need to be expedient. Here it is worth going to the circus, to the zoo, buying yourself some cotton candy or a lollipop, or riding on a carousel. That is, it is important to periodically pamper your inner child. The sign of Leo also symbolizes luxury. Therefore, throughout these 7 months, it is worth allowing yourself that purchase that has long interested you. But you think it is expensive or, again, inexpedient. It could be a beautiful dress or jewelry. That is, it is worth allowing yourself to acquire the thing that you want to acquire, even if you think it is an impractical waste of money. This is a time of growth in popularity, fame in the work of those people who give the warmth and light of their soul. These are, first of all, people of art, creative people. But in any work, we can carry light and goodness. That is, this time will bring success to those who love people and love the work they do, who do it with soul. The sign of Leo symbolizes the demonstration of love. Therefore, this is a time when it is very important to pay attention to this, since it often happens that we love a person, treat them well, but do not talk about it, do not perform any actions that would show it, demonstrate it. And now a time is coming when this demonstration of love is very important. Through words, gifts, some pleasant surprises, through noble deeds and beautiful gestures. The sign of Leo also symbolizes the heart. So this is a time when it is important to take care of your cardiovascular system. The sign of Leo also symbolizes the holding of ceremonial events, ceremonies. Therefore, this is a time when you should not refuse an invitation, for example, to someone's wedding or banquet, anniversary. If your birthday falls during the period of this white moon transit, then it is worth arranging your birthday as lavishly as possible. And the main thing here is to invite those people whom you truly love. In the horoscope of countries, the sign of Leo symbolizes children, teenagers, and also extracurricular education. And also the sign of Leo symbolizes patrons. Therefore, this is a time when people who have such an opportunity can contribute to the development of some clubs, stadiums, sports activities for children. The sign of Leo also symbolizes creativity. So throughout these 7 months, theaters will actively develop, films will be made, and books will be published. A moment of important choice for each of us. A choice that is important to make using the voice of your heart. This year, it will be the period from August 23 to 26 at the moment when the white moon is in a position relative to the planet Pluto. The white moon is light. It is a guardian angel. It is help from above. And Pluto is Hades. It is the god of the underworld. Therefore, on these days from August 23 to 26, each of us will make an important choice in our life. Let's now talk in more detail, separately about each of the zodiac signs. In which sphere of life, in which specific matters can the influence of the white moon be reflected in your destiny? Aries, in your horoscope, the white moon will be in the 5th astrofield, and the choices that you will make now may be in tune with those that you made in the period from mid-August 2018 to mid-March 2019. This time gives you the strength to resist temptations. This is a period when you can make important decisions in the personal sphere of life. Here there may also be important issues related to children. And this time can give such a spiritual transformation, the opportunity to become, figuratively speaking, brighter in soul through the love you feel for your children, for your partner, or for the work you do. This is a very good time to overcome addiction to, for example, computer games or any other addiction that substitutes reality for you. The fifth house also symbolizes creativity, passion, hobby. Therefore, this is a very good time for you to revive doing what you like, what interests you, what is an outlet for you from the affairs of the earthly material world. It could be dancing, knitting, it could be a passion for esoterics, that is, any direction that you do simply because you like it, simply because it interests you. It is important to find time for this. At the same time, the period of opposition of the white moon and the planet Pluto, that is, the time from August 23 to 26 of this year, 2025. During this time, you may have a feeling that people around you are self-interested, that everyone wants something from you, that they do not love you sincerely, but this is actually not the case. The more sincere love you give to the world around you, your children, your partner in your personal life, the people you cooperate with, work with, your friends, the more sincerity and feelings you give, the more feelings you will receive in return. That is, for all zodiac signs, the time of this transit will create the necessity of choice, making a decision, which is important to do with the help of the voice of your heart, not based on your mind, not based on rationality and pragmatism, but precisely with the help of the voice of your heart. And for you, this may primarily concern issues related to children and also issues related to the sphere of personal life. This is also a very good time to transfer your passion, your hobby into the category of your own business. That is, if you have some hobby that is useful to people, that can be realized at the business level, then this is a very good period for such endeavors. That is, starting your own business based on your inspiration. Also, the white moon will provide you with its special patronage in matters related to excitement and even risk, with games. And if you have been searching for a relationship for a long time, then this is a time that can bring you a long-awaited meeting with a person whom your heart will love. And no matter what your previous life experience, no matter what events you happen to experience in your destiny, it is important during this transit not to close your heart, not to allow it to become callous. Yes, living with an open heart is sometimes not easy, sometimes painful, but nevertheless, it is the only way to feel this life. Taurus, in your horoscope, the white moon will be located in the 4th astro field for 7 months. This is the sector that symbolizes our home, family, our clan, our family traditions, and kinship ties. Therefore, this is a period when it is important to direct your light, your love, to direct goodness towards matters related to home, family, and your place of residence. This is a period when it is important to find time for heart-to-heart conversations with members of your family. This is a time when the atmosphere within the family improves. Also, the 4th house symbolizes our clan, ancestral heritage, and heredity. Therefore, this is a time when you may encounter situations that, it seems to you, are passed down through the clan. This is a time when it is worth praying for your clan, for your ancestors, and your descendants. This is a very favorable time for resolving issues related to your place of residence, with the transformation of your home, with repairs, general cleaning, starting the construction of your home. An interest may appear in acquiring a land plot or a dacha. This is a time to revive that very feeling of the hearth, so that each of your relatives knows that they can come to you, turn to you, simply have a heart-to-heart talk with you. If during these 7 months a child appears in your family, in your clan, then this is a child who, with their love, their light, will illuminate your clan. This is a very favorable time for procreation. This is a very good time to start a family, to take care of the home, to show care towards your relatives. It is also very favorable at this time to remember your ancestors. For example, tidy up the family photo album or tidy up the graves of those ancestors of yours who have already passed away. This is also a very good time for those who work from home or are engaged in any activity that is related to the real estate sector. And no matter what your relationships with close or distant relatives are like now, during this transit, it is important to forgive all grievances, not to hold grudges, not to try to remind someone of something, some mistakes or deceptions, to your relatives. It is important to understand that you are one family, you are part of one whole. And the choice that you may make now will be in tune with the choices you made in the period from mid-August 2018 to mid-March 2019. And in whatever specific life scenarios this choice plays out, it is important to make a decision based on the voice of your heart. Gemini, in your horoscope, the transit of the white moon will affect the space of the third astro field. This is a favorable transit of the white moon for your sign. It will bring you opportunities related to changes in your daily schedule. The third house is the sector that shows our circle of communication, everyday communication. These can be our friends, acquaintances, neighbors, people with whom we regularly contact on some matters. And this is a time when your relationships with your environment will improve. You may find a new friend, acquaintance. You may join new groups of people. And in general, you will have a feeling that you are surrounded by good people, that worthy, pure, sincere people who live with an open heart appear on your life path. The third house is also the house of information, so this is a time when you will receive good news more often than usual. The third house also symbolizes issues related to documents and learning. And this is a time when you will be able to resolve an issue related to your education and obtain the necessary certificates or diploma. The third house is also the sector of short trips, so this is a time when you need to be ready to go. If your friends, colleagues, acquaintances invite you somewhere, you should agree to such trips. This is not necessarily a trip as a journey. It can simply be a joint walk or a get-together in a cafe. This is a good time for those who are planning any short-term training in some courses. These can be foreign language courses or car driving courses. You will be able to find a good group, a good teacher, where you will very quickly acquire the necessary knowledge and skills. The third house also symbolizes our speech, and here it is very important to try to avoid any swear words, to try to avoid scandals and quarrels. Because when you say something good, pleasant, when you do not use swear words, it strengthens your guardian angel. This is a time that will help your development at work, especially if you work through words, through information, or by providing intermediary services. Also, this is a very good time for the sphere of trade. If your personal plans include the process of acquiring some large item, a car, for example, or housing, then this is a time when you will be able to find exactly what you need and purchase it at a price that is favorable for you. Remember what events happened in your life in September 2018. Was there a difficult choice before you then, or a conflict with someone from your environment? The white moon in the third house opens up favorable paths for you. Therefore, this is a time when you need to pay close attention to new interesting offers, of which there may be quite a few. Also, this is a time when your intuition will be very strong. And here it is worth paying attention to those signs of fate and hints from the universe that you may receive. Also, this is a time when it is worth listening to the advice you receive from people around you, even if this advice is in the form of criticism. Also, the third house is the house of our younger brothers and sisters. Therefore, this is a time when it is worth improving your relationships and also trying to improve relationships with those friends of yours with whom a conflict once occurred and your life paths diverged. It is worth finding the strength to write to this person and have a sincere conversation about what once happened between you. That is, the key point here is to live with an open heart, to find time to listen to other people, and sincerely try to understand them and help. Also, the white moon in this sector will contribute to the formation of your new life habits. That is, there may be changes in your usual lifestyle. A healthier schedule of organization in your daily routine life, in your busyness, will form. You yourself will want to give up those habits that you consider unhealthy. Cancer, in your horoscope, the transit of the white moon will affect the second astro field. This is the sector of our own income, our finances, assets, our resources, including our energy state. This is also our main life resource. This is a time when financial problems will disappear, when money will come to you more easily, and there will be less anxiety on this issue. This is a time when you will feel better, that is, your energy state will improve. You will feel that you have the strength to implement your good undertakings and intentions. The main condition for improving your financial situation is the presence of some noble goal. When you have a goal to do something good not only for yourself, but, for example, to pay for your children's education, to buy a home, to make repairs so that your family lives well. If you have such a noble goal that benefits not only you personally but also people close to you, then resources will come to you. Also, an important condition for money and resources to come to you is that you should value yourself. Value what you do. Do not allow anyone to use you or devalue your significance. You need to respect what you do, whether it is work or domestic employment. It is important to respect your labor and not allow other people to devalue it. The sign of Leo also symbolizes holidays, so this is a time when you should allow yourself holidays. In any situation, this is possible, even if it is some small entertainment hobbies, but you should allow yourself to distract from the routine. This is a time when you should allow yourself that purchase that you have long denied yourself. That is, it is important to please yourself with something. When you are in a state of joy, in a state of wanting to do something good, both for yourself and for other people, then resources will come to you and your energy state will improve. The second house also symbolizes our breadwinner. For some, it is the father, for some, a partner in personal life, for some, it is work. And the white moon in this sign shows that when we respect the person who gives us money, when we respect the work we do, it improves the state of our affairs, primarily financial. That is, for example, when we work in some organization that gives us a salary, we should not speak badly of this company or our boss and manager. This is also a time when we can receive some financial assistance, for example, social payments or some bonus or gift. Remember what decisions you made in September 2018. Were they related to your work and the source of your income? Were they related to the choice of profession and the direction of your further path? If you went against the voice of your heart then, now there is an opportunity to correct this. Leo, a very favorable period begins for you, a time when you will receive special support and patronage from above. The main thing is not to go against the voice of your heart. Here it is important to feel what your soul is calling you to, what you have an interest in, what exactly in your life is an outlet from weekdays and everyday life. This is a time that will truly give you a lot, give you the patronage of higher powers, and open many roads before you. But there is one task that this transit of the white moon sets before you. This is a time when you become, in essence, the earthly hands of the guardian angel for other people. That is, this is a period when you should not refuse help to those people who may turn to you. This can be help in the form of advice, simply you listening, understanding, suggesting something to this person, or help on a practical, event level. And here it is very important to live with an open heart. Even if in your life, in your destiny, you have encountered ingratitude from other people whom you have helped in many ways, whom you have patronized, you should not focus on such life experience. Now it is important to live with an open heart. The more good deeds you do for the people around you, the more blessings you will receive from the universe. The first house, in the space of which the white moon will be transiting, shows our way of self-expression. It shows how we present ourselves to the people around us, to the world. And here you may have a new image, a new social role. This may be related to your work, your employment, your hobbies, or your personal life. This period of the white moon transit gives a blessing for creating strong and long-term partnership relationships, primarily in personal life. And in general, your relationships with the people around you will improve. It is you who can become the initiator of making peace with a person with whom you are in a quarrel or whom you are secretly offended by. The main condition for success for your sign during this transit is to be yourself. Yes, we can try ourselves in some other roles, put on different masks, but nevertheless, it is important to remain yourself, to be sincere, to love life, and to rejoice in the world around you. It is important to allow yourself holidays and small joys. Also, this is a time when you may have a long-awaited child. Of course, if this topic is relevant for you. In general, this is a period that opens many roads before you. The main thing, again, is to live with an open heart, to explore its call. During this transit, you may periodically feel yourself in the center of attention. Therefore, this is a time that for some will bring a new leadership position. This is a very good time to take responsibility and take leadership duties for any team, both at work and at home. Virgo, in your horoscope, the transit of the white moon will pass through the space of the 12th astro field. This is the house of completion, the house of the past, the house of secrets. And this is a time when you will be able to make final decisions, in those matters that you have put on pause, in which you seem to have made some decisions, but they have seemed temporary to you for a long time, and now the time has come to finally put a period in this. Also, the 12th house is the house of chronic illnesses and addictions of various kinds. And the transit of the white moon will help you free your life from everything unnecessary, will help your healing, if the topic of treatment for any chronic illness is relevant for you. This is a time when you should give up everything that has no place in your future, including, and first of all, addictions of various kinds. These can be dependencies of both a material and emotional nature. The 12th house is also the house of our fears, and this is a time when you will be able to get rid of some obsessive fear. This is also the sector of our dreams, and during this period, you may see prophetic dreams more often than usual. This is also the house of the past, and this is a period when you will be able to finally put a period in some matter. You will be able to free yourself from fears that are associated with the influence of the past. This is also the house of secret relationships. Therefore, if the topic of secret relationships is relevant for you, then during this time they can move to a new level, or you can make a decision to abandon such relationships. The 12th house is also the house of skeletons in the closet, our secrets, and those actions that we ourselves consider erroneous or unseemly. And during this period, you will want to free yourself from some secrets, to tell some person what you have been hiding from them for a long time, in order to free yourself from this burden, from the need to continue keeping it a secret. The 12th house is also the house of our secret enemies and ill-wishers. And during this period, your guardian angel will be able to deal with your secret enemies. That is, will be able to provide protection for you from the actions of secret ill-wishers. And if someone plots something against you, behind your back, then this person will have their own problems in life. The 12th house is also the house of spirituality. Therefore, during this period, you may pray more often than usual or visit a church or some place that you feel is a place of power. This is also the house of solitude. Therefore, if the topic of searching for and acquiring a dacha or a land plot, or moving somewhere to a calmer place is relevant for you, then at this time you will be able to find exactly what you are looking for. And in general, the 12th house is the house of what stands behind our back. Therefore, during this transit, you may feel more strongly than usual, more clearly, that light forces stand behind your back, which protect you under any circumstances. Libra, in your horoscope, the white moon will be transiting through the 11th astro field. This is the house of our picture of the future. This is the house of our dream. And for you, a time is coming when you can decide to realize your cherished dream, which you perhaps abandoned in the summer or autumn of 2018. The 11th house is also the house of our social realization, so this is a time when you can expect success in any collective or social activity. You can find new friends, like-minded people, join groups of people with whom you can realize your cherished plans. The 11th house is also the house of remarriage. Therefore, if you have been searching for a relationship for a long time, then at this time you can meet a person with whom you can build reliable and prosperous relationships. Also, the 11th house is the house of other people's children who appear in our lives but are not our own. And this is a time when you can take part in the life, in the destiny of some child. For example, you may be invited to the role of a godmother, godfather. Your brother, sister, or close friend may have a child, and you can spend a lot of time with them. Throughout this period, it is very important what kind of people surround you, what their goals, dreams, desires are, what their inner essence is. Because help and advancement in your affairs will come precisely through the people around you, through your environment. Moreover, it is not always direct, objective help. You can simply communicate with people who believe in the same things you believe in, and this will inspire you to realize your cherished dream. Also, the 11th house symbolizes learning a new profession or new qualifications in your profession. Therefore, this is a time when you should not remain at the level you are at now. You need to look for new paths. You need to modernize your work. You need to look for new information regarding your profession, learn something new, or even take a course in a new profession, gain new knowledge or skills. The 11th house also symbolizes our older brothers and sisters. And this is a time when you will be able to improve your relationships, or you will have some joint business, a joint project. And also the 11th house is considered the house of our guardian angel. And at this time, the white moon will strengthen your guardian angel. Therefore, try to mentally turn to your guardian angel with requests more often, since often angels are inactive until we turn to them with a request. They respect our right to choose. And again, since the sign of Leo symbolizes the heart, this is a time when you need to live with an open heart. And not only in relation to people close to you, but in general in relation to your business companions, in relation to your clients or acquaintances. You need to try to live with an open heart, even if you have had negative experiences in your life, in your destiny, you should not close your heart. And if during the previous period of the white moon's transit through this sector, that is, in the period from August 2018 to March 2019, if at that time you encountered betrayal in relationships, then now is a time when you need to find the strength to sincerely forgive this person. And in general, throughout this period, your good dreams, good intentions, they will be realized in reality much faster than at other times. Therefore, think about good things. Think about your future in bright and vivid colors. Scorpio, in your horoscope, the transit of the white moon will affect the 10th astro field. This is one of the most important houses in our horoscope. It is at the zenith, that is, it shows our achievements, our status in work, career on the social ladder. And this is a period when opportunities for growth will appear on your life path, for growth in your work, for developing your own business. People who are more high-ranking, for example, officials, will be favorably disposed towards you. You can apply to government bodies, authorities to obtain some documents or permits. They will meet you halfway. Also, this is a period when the management at your job may change, and these will be people with whom it will be pleasant for you to cooperate. This is also a time when you yourself can get a leadership position, and in this field you will be able to show yourself very well. The team you will manage will love, appreciate, and respect you. And in general, this is a time when you will receive a well-deserved reward, since the 10th house is the sector of our achievements, what we are proud of, what we are respected and valued for by the people around us. Therefore, this is a period when you will receive the reward you deserve for the work, the activity that you are engaged in. The 10th house also shows our status in our personal lives. Therefore, this is a time when you can get married, you can have a child, that is, you will receive a blessing to start a family or expand its composition. Also, the 10th house shows our property, the place where we live, including. And this is a time, especially for those who are looking for housing or solving an issue related to construction, repairs, or looking for an apartment, or generally thinking about where to move. This is a time when you will receive help and guidance from above. That is, it will be easier for you to find the right housing, where you will really live easily and well. It also happens that the well-deserved reward we talked about does not come directly into your hands, but into the hands of one of your family members. That is, an event occurs that seems to raise the level, the social level, the level of recognition of your family. Therefore, there may be success in the affairs of your partner in your personal life, or some significant achievements in the affairs of your children. That is, the level of importance and authority of your family as a whole is raised. This is a very favorable time for developing your own business, especially if its goal is not only to make a profit, but you really understand that with your work, your services, you benefit people. And if you have long been waiting to receive some important documents for you that give you certain rights or opportunities, then during this period you will be able to obtain them. And again, the 10th house symbolizes our authority, our significance in the eyes of other people. And during this transit, more often than usual, people may tell you that they respect and value you, and may more often turn to you for advice and guidance. Sagittarius, in your horoscope, the white moon will be transiting through the 9th astro field. This is the sector that symbolizes everything distant, distant in time or distance. This sector also symbolizes our worldview and our education. And the white moon here will give you a blessing for the search, so to speak, of your place under the sun. For some, this is the search for work, a profession. For some, it is the search for a place of residence. The white moon will open many roads before you and give you the opportunity to newly form your worldview, to newly assess your role and place in this world. On a practical level, during this transit, you can take up studies, get an education. This can be either full-fledged classical education or, for example, attending some courses, including courses for learning a foreign language. This is a time when you can successfully resolve any legal or bureaucratic issue. They will meet you halfway. That is, officials you may apply to will be on your side. The ninth house also symbolizes the personal life of our adult child and our grandchildren. Therefore, if this topic is relevant for you, then your adult child may start a family at this time. And if you have grandchildren during this period, then these will be the very children who will bring light to your clan. Also, this transit of the white moon shows that luck awaits you far from home. This is a wonderful time to travel somewhere, to make a trip related to studies, or simply to see the world. It can also be a trip related to work or treatment. The time of this transit will awaken in you an interest in everything new. Also, the ninth house symbolizes our teachers, our gurus. And this is a period when you can find your teacher. Even if you do not study with this person directly, you can, for example, watch some online lessons. These can be classes in esotericism, yoga, some energy practices or esoteric ones. It can also give an interest in studying philosophy or psychology. Also, this is a very good time to expand your business, to try to realize your goods or services not only in the place where you are now, but to open some branches or enter international trading platforms. This is also a very good time for those who run their own business. You will be able to equip premises for starting your own business. The ninth house also symbolizes the friends and relatives of our partner in our personal life. This is a time when it is worth making an effort to improve relationships with these people. Again, we must remember that this sector of your horoscope falls in the sign of Leo, which symbolizes the heart. And this means that you should try to treat people from your environment or the environment of your partner in your personal life with an open heart, even if there have been some grievances or betrayals between you. Try to remember what decisions you made in September 2018. Now your thoughts may be on the same topic, but of course, under different circumstances, with different scenery, but still, the matter may concern the same topic. In a global sense, it is the same choice, although it may concern completely different directions on a practical level. Capricorn, in your horoscope, the white moon will be transiting through the 8th astro field. This is the sector of crises and transformation, and the white moon, the guardian angel, will help you overcome life's crises. This does not mean that something negative awaits you here. No, but any issues that are fundamental and quite complex for you. These issues may not even be related to specific events. It may be a feeling of such an internal crisis when you need to move to a new stage, a new level, and the white moon will give you strength and help, will give you support and show the way. The 8th house also symbolizes shared joint finances and resources, common property, and our settlements with other people, organizations, and the state. And this is a time when you will be able to resolve your financial issues. For some, this is a period when you can complete that deal of purchase or sale that interests you. For some, this is a time when the affairs of your close relatives will improve, and there will no longer be a need to help them financially, materially, or simply provide them with support on an energy level. That is, this is a period when one of the channels of outflow of your energy may close. Someone may close their loan, mortgage at this time and feel more confident. The transit of the white moon through this sector softens any difficulties and helps find a way out of any situations. Also, this is a time when you may see some signs from the universe, hints in the form of warnings or prophetic dreams more often than usual. Try to pay attention to this. This is a time when important financial issues will be resolved favorably. For some, the issue regarding inheritance, receipt of alimony, receipt of any social payments will be resolved. This is a period that will generally reduce the number of your fears related to money and earnings. And also, since the 8th house is still the sector of crises, this is a time when you yourself may find yourself in such a place, at such a time, when a lot will depend on you, when your help may be needed by some person or group of people. This can be help both at the level of moral, emotional support, and at the level of practical actions. That is, This shows that at some moments you can literally become the earthly hands of the guardian angel and provide invaluable help to other people. Therefore, if someone turns to you for help, you should not refuse this person. You need to try to do everything possible. Also, if you work in the field of intermediary services, here you will be able to earn well, since clients will come to you, will turn to you for help. Aquarius, in your horoscope, the transit of the white moon will affect the 7th astrofield. This is the sector of people who are key partners for us. And this is a time when pure, bright, and sincere people will meet on your life path. This is a very good time for those who are looking for a relationship. The white moon, or rather your guardian angel, will help you meet exactly the person who will help your heart open up, but not only through personal life. Here the manifestation of the white moon occurs. These are, in general, the people who surround you. That is, pleasant people, clients, friends, or colleagues at work will appear on your life path. This is a time when the people around you become the earthly hands of your guardian angel. Therefore, they can provide you with a variety of help. The main thing is to treat them sincerely, with an open heart. Remember what choices you made in the autumn of 2018. If at that time you were offended by someone and literally closed your heart and decided that you no longer wanted to love anyone and trust anyone, then now is the time to reconsider your decision. This is a period when your relationships with the people around you will improve. You will be able to sincerely and openly talk about what worries you, bothers you, even remember, perhaps, some past mistakes and blunders in your relationships, and sincerely forgive each other. This is a period when in relationships with the people around you, especially key partners for you, purity and sincerity are very important. This is a very good period to start any activity, to start or develop activities that are useful to other people. That is, for example, it is your own business, it is consultations, it is the work of a manager or work to provide, offer any services. Your clients will value you. They will feel that you are sincerely trying to help them, no matter what your work entails. Pisces, in your horoscope, the transit of the white moon will affect the 6th astrofield. This is the sector that shows the conditions in which we live and work. And also this is the sector of our health, our healthy lifestyle. And this transit of the white moon will bring you much that is useful. First of all, these are the people who surround you, both at work and at home. You will be able to improve relationships. If during this period you are looking for a job, you will be able to find exactly the job where you will work well, easily, where there will be a wonderful atmosphere, an emotional atmosphere in the team. The climate, this is also a time when there will be favorable changes in the space in which you live. It will be calmer at your home, less anxiety, more help from your family. If you are looking for housing to purchase or rent, then this is a time when you will be able to find exactly the housing where you will feel good and cozy. The 6th house also symbolizes our health, our energy state, our healthy lifestyle. And if the topic of treatment is relevant for you, then during this period you can expect healing, if you believe in healing. And also this is a time when you will be able to find exactly the doctor who will help you, who will be useful to you, who will be able to make an accurate diagnosis and prescribe the necessary treatment. Also, since the 6th house symbolizes not only health, but also in general our healthy lifestyle, this is a time when you can become interested in some direction that gives an improvement in energy state. For example, you will start playing sports or some energy practices. You will find a group of people with whom you will actively engage in the process of healing. The 6th house also symbolizes people we hire for work. This is a house in general, which is called the house of servants of society. And this is a time when exactly those people, masters of their craft, who can provide you with exactly the services you need, will come across your life path. And it may also be that one of them will later become your friend. Remember what decisions you made in September 2018. If it was about a choice related to work, place of residence, or some intra-family processes. And if at that time you made some decision that, in your own opinion, was not entirely honest and sincere, if you went against your heart, then now there is an opportunity to change and correct everything. The 6th house is also the house of labor, the house of hard work. Labor is not only work, it is in general our daily employment. And this is a time when you should not complain that you have a lot of duties and a lot of responsibility. You just need to try to do what is within your power. The sixth house also symbolizes our subordinates and our colleagues at work. Therefore, this is a time when you can hire an assistant at your work. This can be both an expansion of your own business and new colleagues who will appear in the work team and with whom you will have excellent relationships. This can also be a signifier of an office romance or a personal acquaintance in the process of performing your official duties. The main thing that the transit of the white moon says here is that you need to try to perform your daily affairs, even routine, monotonous ones, with an open heart and not complain, but simply do what is within your power. Also, the sixth house shows the conditions in which we live. This is a time when you need to try to maintain cleanliness around yourself. That is, put the world that surrounds you in order, and do everything in your power to ensure that your space is clean. Clean, both on the physical plane and in terms of the emotional climate that surrounds you.